It should be like check and God we trust. There's the counter protest.
They plan to take over Wall Street. I've worked on Wall Street. They don't want it, believe me. I used to work right across the street over there at a place called Payne Webber that no longer exists. The world is a better place for that fact. How much do you think you're gonna shut down Wall Street?
What?
How long do you think it will take for you to shut down Wall Street? What is your actual
goal? Well, Rome wasn't built in a day, but
right.
But we're here putting little needles in them every day, you know, sticking it to them. So like they're sticking it to the middle class and the poor people around the country.
Stick it to them in their ass.
And then we're going to Washington October 6th.
October 6th, okay. What group is that?
That's going to be on a Thursday in October to protest the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Right.
And they're going to be an occupation across from the White House.
You're not going to protest the one in Libya as well? There were like 4 different wars we're fighting right now.
We don't have any troops on the ground in Libya, and it's really all over except to find that.
Well, they're dropping drones. Surely you're not for that. They're dropping drone bombs. They're droning them.
Yeah, but I believe that we were at least on the right side fighting against a dictator that deserves to be put in jail.
Like Saddam, then. But you're against Iraq.
No, I didn't say I was in favor of the invasion of Iraq. That was.
No, you weren't. That's what I'm saying. You're not for it, but you are for Libya. I'm saying, what was the?
I'm saying
they both once our friends, and then
if the Iraqi people wanted to overthrow Saddam Hussein, I'd be for them too. Got it? People have to take responsibility for their governments, for their dictators, and deal with them. Not us. We don't have the right.
So why do we still drop drones in Libya?
If we wanted to protect civilians in Benghazi with a no-fly zone, I know I'm out of step with some of my friends on that.
Okay.
But you know, that's how I feel about it.
That's cool. Okay. Let me make sure I get your shirt.
Right.
All right. Cool, man. Thanks.
All right.
Explain to everybody what Glass-Steagall is. Let me make sure I get that. All right.
Yeah, are you recording or something?
Yeah. Go ahead, shoot.
Oh yeah, the Glass-Steagall Act is a piece of financial regulation that existed from 1932 until the late 90s, and it separated commercial and investment banks as a way of protecting consumers and their investments and keeping markets more stable because banks were less likely to gamble with people's savings.
Don't we need investment? How are we gonna have innovation and investment if we don't?
There was plenty of innovation between 1932 and 1996, is I think when it was repealed. But what this legislation did is it kept banks from putting, like if you deposit money in a savings account, it kept those savings in a more stable place because it separated the investment banks and commercial banks. What happened when we had to bail out a bunch of banks who were going broke, that wouldn't have happened if Glass-Steagall still would have been there because they wouldn't have had problems paying out their balance sheets because they wouldn't have been investing money that other people had deposited there in risky funds.
Isn't that called godless communism?
What's that? Yeah, I don't think so, but some would brand it that way. No, I mean this legislation existed for 60 of the last 70 years in the country, and it worked really well. Since it's gone away, we've actually, it's then since we've had the worst financial troubles and economic collapses since the Great Depression. So
that's because of lazy poor people, right? The poor people, that's why we're broke. If the poor people just get up and work.
I think there were poor people even when this existed. There was just less economic volatility. So, this wouldn't solve everything, but it would be one step.
Okay. Oh, cool. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what you're doing out here.
Well, let me give you some literature first.
Let me get your sign. How can you love your country? You're protesting. Don't you know that's not how you're supposed to love your country?
Dissent is patriotic.
Who says?
Logic.
Logic?
For one.
That sounds like
the highest form of patriotism, sir.
That sounds like pointy-headed intellectualism.
Maybe. What's wrong with intellectualism?
That's wrong. It's not American. You got to follow what the powers that be tell you to do, right?
No, that's not American.
How do you get that? Of course that's American. What could be more American than doing what you're told?
I believe you're being sarcastic, sir.
No, I couldn't be more serious.
Well, then I'm very sad. Then I'm very sad.
What about the? So you came out here. You say you love your country, supposedly. So what are you hoping to accomplish? You're going to shut down Wall Street in what way? Or occupy Wall Street?
No, we're not trying to shut down Wall Street.
You're not trying to? Okay.
No, we're not trying to take down corporations. We want a regulated capitalist system. We want a cap on donations given to politicians.
You don't want to take down corporations?
No, absolutely not. These people work hard for their money. We just
because they're people, right? Corporations are people.
No, corporations are not people. Corporations are not people. I refuse to believe that a corporation is a person until Texas has executed one, okay?
Why would Texas when they're rich, where only poor people need to be executed?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, see, we are on the same boat then, right?
Yeah,
We're on the same page. Very American. What do you think?
That's how it started.
What do you think of the media blackout, Mr. Mr. Tea Party?
Let me put it this way. Even if I disagreed with all these people, which I predominantly do with the socialists and communists, I'd still report it because it's history in the making. I mean, how are you going to black out hundreds of people on a block?
But you disagree with them, so you think that is you think they're all communists?
No, I'm here because I disagree with what Wall Street's doing.
Oh.
We all have a common problem. We have Wall Street.
Oop. Watch your foot. Don't step on the. We all have a common problem.
We all have a common problem. Wall Street is obviously doing very un-American things, unpatriotic things, by putting their profits above the country and the people which work here in this country.
So quick question. Why do you hate America?
I don't hate America.
Really?
I have family that goes back to the foundation of this country, back to the 1600s.
So your family owned slaves? I'm sorry. I'm just fucking with you.
Maybe on my mother's side of the family, they were Southerners. However, my father's side of the family, we were all Northerners.
You're a what?
They were all Northerners on my father's side of the family.
So they had segregation then?
Well, perhaps, I don't know. But I don't hate this country. I love it too damn much. I'm out here because these people are taking orders from something called the Federal Reserve System, which is a private banking cartel which has nothing to do with government. And they're unelected and they're held unaccountable by the American people. And they dictate the policy in which the currency's value.
Well, don't the American people vote for the people who allow these guys to rule?
When you own the cash machine, you own the politicians on both political parties, Democrats or Republicans. Many prominent members are members of the Council on Foreign Relations, whether it be Democrats or Republicans. McCain being one is on the Republican and John Kerry on another, being a Democrat. To give you a great example, Kay Bailey Hutchinson. You look at Ben Bernanke, he's going to secret meetings in 2008 in Chantilly, Virginia for Bilderberg. So the man clearly knows what he's doing.
If they're secret, how do you know about them?
Because people went to cover it.
So then they weren't so secret.
They're not secret to me because I'm aware of it, but the blackout in the media will not cover it. And I think these issues are crucial. I think it's crucial that the media discuss what the Council on Foreign Relations policy ideas are, how they're a think tank, and they are part of both political parties as well as heads of media are very much members of it. I think it's important. And this should be reported because this is history.
So you think it's going to become bigger than this?
Well, that's up to them and how they organize.
Well, no, I'm just asking you personally. Do you think it's going to become bigger than this?
Well, as things continue to collapse, I think more people will come out. And if they don't come out today or next week, certainly as the years come by, you will see people who used to work in these buildings start asking questions. You will see middle-class people with families start asking questions of why their houses have been put in foreclosure and why their houses are being taken away from them, even as they paid off the mortgage. But unfortunately, the situation is in a lot of cases you're finding out mortgages were repackaged and sold off to different owners. So the original mortgage, we don't even know who owns them in half the cases. People could be paying that off and have paid it off completely, and it turns out they never paid it because they thought the person that they were paying it to owned it, and in fact they didn't own the original mortgage. That's a problem.
All right, thanks.
It was
interesting collection of individuals down here that we spoke to tonight. Hope that better informs people. And this is Joe Dixon for the Buffalo Beast. This is Buffalo Beast, isn't it? I don't know who I'm doing this for.